Hello everyone. Many of you struggle with your IELTS reading section and hope to achieve a band 9. Today's video is special. Today I'm going to share my story of how I achieved a band 9 in my reading test. Of course, the journey was not that simple. So, I'm going to take you through my journey and help you with the entire study plan, the strategies, and the tips that I followed in my course of learning to achieve a band 9. And I'm sure if you pay attention to all of these tips, you will also be on the way to achieving your dream band. So, what are you waiting for? Get your notepad and pen ready as we are going to learn something new today. If you find our videos useful, don't forget to like and share our videos and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on the important exam updates and lessons we have for you to nail your IELTS test. This is your IELTS expert Sakshi. Now let's dive in. Before we delve into the nitty-gritties of the reading test, it's imperative to get acquainted with the exam format. Let's get to know the basics of the reading test. So your entire reading test has 40 questions, which you have to solve within 60 minutes. Now, reading test format differs for IELTS general students and IELTS academic. So for general test, you have three passages. The first two passages have shorter text and they are relatively simpler, but the section 3 passage is the longest and a little more complex. Whereas in IELTS academic reading test, you have three long passages and the difficulty level progressively increases. That means you cannot devote 20 minutes equally to all these passages. Soon I will give you more tips on time management, how you can solve all these questions on time. Well, the first question that might be in your head is, how do we begin? That was exactly the question I confronted when I get down to practice this. So, I realized that there are so many tips, question types, and practice questions out there. But it is imperative to get a general sense of where I'm standing. So, what I did was I did a reading mock test. And please do not worry if you don't get a good score in your first attempt. Just remove this hesitation from your mind and do it only for the sake of understanding your performance, getting to know more about the reading test format and the different question types. Soon you will see some of the patterns that are going to help you to crack this test. Now, next tip is that analyze your performance in your mock test. Of course, just doing a mock test is not enough. You really need to analyze how you have performed, right? So, what I did was I realized that there are a couple of question types where I'm not performing well, and they were true, false, not given, and matching headings question. Then I made sure that I will master them later. Then I realized that certain passages are tougher, some passages have word count. I couldn't even complete within 1 hour. So these are some of the observations that you will also make when you are done with your mock test and you analyze and review your performance. Now, the next step after my performance review was to get well versed with the different question types in your reading test because each question type entails a particular strategy. So, have a look at these reading question types. Now, this goes common for both IELTS General and IELTS Academic. So, you will realize that there are different question types with different instructions and tips and strategies to follow. So, here I also took good training from an expert who helped me to get acquainted with all these strategies and solve these questions faster without any doubt. Now, next, let me talk more about the different question types and how we actually solve the passages. So, the most important tip that I realized was that to not read the passage first. Of course, that is an exception for matching headings question, but for most of your question types, you should read the questions first. That's right, because the answers of the questions follow the order of the text. If you read the entire passage, you will receive lots of information that you're likely to forget when you get to the questions. So instead, read the questions first, locate the key words of the questions in the passage. Remember, those key words or the entire passage could be paraphrased. So keep that in mind and try to match the meaning of the passage and the meaning of the questions. Now let's understand another important tip. Of course, you will slowly gain good understanding of the question types. But there are certain things that we have to develop holistically. So we really need to develop speed reading skills. I got two best friends and they were skimming and scanning. That's what my expert first taught me. Believe me, if you can read something faster, you are likely to solve the questions faster. So in your IELTS reading test, skimming and scanning will really go a long way in helping you get the answers quickly. Now, let me address another important concern that many of you have: time management, right? So, when I did my first test, I couldn't complete within 60 minutes. But of course, it improved with time. So, you should definitely enforce some kind of time restriction when you do your reading test. Now, remember that you're not going to devote 20 minutes equally to each passage, right? So, let's say for IELTS Academic, so you can dedicate, let's say, 15 minutes for the first test, 20 for the next, and 25 for the rest. And all in all, you should always have some buffer time to review your answers or solve the questions that you might have missed. Now, the next general tip for all of you is to slowly develop your vocabulary and inculcate reading habit in your daily routine. Trust me, this is going to help you a lot in the long run. In the reading passages, you might come across certain words and you will not be able to figure out the meaning, especially in academic passages where you have so many technical words. But of course, do not worry when you come across such words. You don't need to understand word by word. But yes, having a good vocabulary in general will really facilitate your process of getting the answers. And of course, many students tend to get bored after reading such long passages. So ensure that you have reading habit in your daily life. Now, what's my last tip? Well, it's going to be very simple yet effective. Do many reading tests. That's right. Do not give up. Rome was not built in a day, right? So you will not master the reading test in one day. It will take lots of practice. I remember doing more than 30 or 40 reading tests so that I become confident on the day of the exam. And the same goes for all of you. So, what are you waiting for? So, follow these tips, and I ensure you that you are going to get a band 9 in your reading test. Of course, the guidance of an expert will really ease the process of getting a good band. If you find our videos useful, don't forget to like and share our videos and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on important lessons we have in store for you to help you crack this IELTS test. Don't forget to follow our Instagram channel and check out our previous videos so that you get more understanding of the different question types and their strategies. This is your IELTS expert Sakshi signing off. I'll come up with a new lesson very soon. Till then, take care and bye-bye.